Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? We gotta get into this. This has been a pretty big topic for like maybe the last week. At first, maybe a few days after the fight, I seen it pick up a little bit of steam. But now, so more than ever, maybe like the last 3, 4 days, this is really picking up. Like now, it's not even feeling like well, you can still say it's a conspiracy just because we don't know if it's like if any of the things we're saying is fact as far as Tyson Fury is actually cheating. But man, there's some pretty damning evidence. Like the evidence from what I'm seeing, as you guys can see in the background, we're gonna go through some of this guy's page. I mainly picked it up on YouTube. I saw this pop up on YouTube, but I don't want to go on YouTube and get hit with that copyright claim. So I decided we're gonna go to his Instagram and go through some of the videos. I think he has some of the clips that he has on here is actually on his YouTube channel. So if you want, you can check him out. Young Pharaoh's name is Young Pharaoh on YouTube. Pharaoh underscore ATEN, whatever. That's his Instagram. So we're gonna go through a few clips. Just let me know what you guys think, man. And honestly, like after the first, as soon as he lost, like all right, I was really pushing the narrative more so that he got hit in the back of the head, and that's what really killed him. And a lot of people, I don't know who initially found this stuff, but I definitely seen him pop up on Twitter. Oh, he was punching him with the inside of the glove. His hand is his glove is bending backwards. So something's off about that. I don't know if you should. And then a lot of people saying, oh, that's from the first fight. And now we're seeing people find the clips from the second fight that just happened about 2 weeks ago. So let's go through some of these clips, man. Let's see if this is some pretty damning evidence. Like this dude has pretty much been dedicating his time to. I think this is. Oh, all right. So this was the hardest. This was before we get into it. This was the hardest entrance ever into a boxing match. Like that costume was fire. But let's take a look at some. Let's take a look at the clip. Now before we go before we finish watching the rest of the clip, I've seen this already. But I don't after watching the video multiple times, not even just from this account, I don't think that was a bad 10 count. I really don't. Like if you watch it on YouTube, I think the count was pretty fair. Now the only thing I will say is if it was anybody else, if that was a regular fight and not Tyson Fury versus Wilder, if that was Wilder versus let's say like a freaking Stavern again or whatever, or maybe even a Luis Ortiz. If he got put on his back like that, right? And if you look at the knockdown in the 12th round from the first fight and Wilder versus Fury, it looked like Fury's eyes was in the back of his head. Like he looked like he was out cold. Like there was no way he's gonna get up. Most refs wouldn't even gave him a 10 count, but that's neither here nor there. I don't think the 10 count was bad, but let's continue with the video.
You see my hand in this glove? Look.
That's a floppy glove. Look at it flailing. I don't know how anybody's wrists inside a glove that are supposed to be taped up pretty tightly. With it's first of all it's tied tightly. Then they got the tape around it too to secure the stability of your wrist. There's no way that your glove should be able to flop like that, flail like this dude's fucking. Well, I don't want to curse too much, probably. This video probably don't get monetized in the future, but dude's wrist was all the way back here inside the glove, so it is kind of sus.
When I extend my hand, these are my fingers. You don't see no flaps. You don't see the glove. What happens here that you see?
Now this one right here is kind of iffy. That could just be the camera making it look like that, but the other clip definitely gave the appearance that his glove was looking flappy as hell. And if you look at the footage right here, I don't know if you guys see my mouse. If you look at the footage in the top right corner, that's Tyson Fury's his team about to turn off the camera before they put his gloves on and everything like that. So pretty sus that he had somebody from his team to turn the camera off. Yeah, they turned it off.
I'll just pull the plug. So that is it. Now the glove flat. Because when I punch you, it looked like the glove hitting you, but my fist is right here. Okay?
It looked like a back of the head punch, but I'm not too mad at that. We seen Wilder land some punches to the back of the head, not intentional. Now I will say that I'm not certain if that punch right there by Fury was intentional in the back of the head. I said that in my last video. I don't think he did it intentionally, but he did do it later in the fight intentionally. After he already had Wilder, his equilibrium was way off and everything like that. So let's see what this says. The same referee. I don't think the referee has much to do with the fight, but it could be. But he's a veteran ref. Like he's refed a lot of big fights, so I'm not gonna put too much stock into anything with Bayless.
See my knuckles at right here is where you see Tyson Fury knuckles. Now all of his hands is wrapped, which means if this was his hand, you shouldn't see no skin. You should just see the wrap. You shouldn't see skin. Huh? Now look, you see skin. That's his bare fucking knuckles. Huh? He did it in both fights.
That was a little sus.
Go get
Let
my
me know what
nigga
you guys know.
right now. You're not gonna do my nigga like that on national television. Go get my nigga belt. The fuck wrong with you? Put him back to undefeated status and let that man continue to make motherfucking black history as he was doing. Nigga. Now, let me show y'all something.
He dropping some gems right now.
Let me show y'all something.
This has me convinced. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you see any skin? Look, where you see my knuckles at, right here, is where you see Tyson Fury knuckles. Now all of his hands is wrapped, which means if this was his hand, you shouldn't see no skin. You should just see the wrap. You shouldn't see skin.
It's facts.
Huh? Now look, you see skin.
That's facts. That is facts. Now we also had he got the zoom in. He got the joint zoomed in. Hold on, let me see some. Let me try to zoom this in a little bit. That is right. You can't tell what part, like, you should. If he has his hand wrapped up, and we've seen the picture of his hand wrapped up, it's a lot of skin right there that we seeing. It's a lot of skin. I just peeped that he's trying to draw the guy's fist right now. It's possible that he definitely was cheating, man. And I wouldn't put it past Tyson Fury, guy who's got caught cheating in the past. Was suspended. He got caught with cocaine, weed in the system like that. But a lot of people assumed that it was a masking agent for some PEDs that he was taking after the Klitschko fight. So a little sus there. Let's see if there's another video. Okay, I guess. Oh yeah, so I watched this guy YouTube videos, a few of them already. I guess he's just trying to show how your glove shouldn't be able to flop back so much, like at that angle. If you're throwing a left hook, say I'm throwing a hook, right? There's no way that if I have gloves strapped to my wrist that I should be able to like throw the hook, like I don't know, and my freaking hand be all the way back here. But I mean, Tyson Fury's gonna have to answer for this eventually. Okay, let me see what the caption says. Punching with my hand halfway out the glove, and my hand look exactly like Gypsy King. As you can see, his left hand in the second picture is not closed because hand is not fully in the glove. He cheated, period. Now, that definitely looks a little sus. Like we can see if you look on the picture, if you look at the hand on the right side of the screen, you see the tape from the wrapping on his right hand. You don't see nothing exposed there. So I guess maybe his argument will be, oh, it fell down a little bit, it slipped down a little bit, but I'm not really giving him the benefit of the doubt there. So I just wanted to do a quick little video on that, man, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Wilder fan, but he's not my favorite fighter. Like, and I don't want people to say, oh, this is a race thing, you're just defending him because you're black. Well, my favorite fighter is Lomachenko. Now, I say it's a 1A, 1B between Lomachenko and Errol Spence, but Lomachenko is a white guy who barely speaks English good, and he's one of my favorite fighters. So don't make this a race thing. Damn, now that I think about it, that's probably how white people sound when they try to say they got like a they're not racist because they have a black friend. But point is, I'm not particularly biased when it just comes like I don't just like all black fighters. Like I'm not just gonna root for a fight just because he's black. So if Lomachenko fights, let's say Devin Haney, I'm not rooting for Devin Haney just because he's black. So I'm just letting that be known. And Fury, I don't dislike him, but now I'm kind of like if it's come out that's a fact that he was cheating. He cheated my boy Wilder. Then maybe all respect's going out the window. But as of right now, it's just conspiracy until we got the facts, man. We can't say anything is 100% concrete right now. It's just everything looks sus on Tyson Fury's end. And hopefully he comes out and defends himself. But one thing I do want to say too, when that I think the rematch is set for July. I think they said it's most likely like July 18th or something like that. If his glove does not make that motion in this third fight, then we will know that he was cheating for sure. Because there's no way the first two fights with Deontay Wilder, his glove was flapping, looked so flabby. And then the third fight, when everybody's paying attention now to see if he's cheating, doing anything with the glove, and then we don't see anything, it's gonna be highly suspect. So he better knock Deontay Wilder out next fight for sure. Because if he doesn't, nobody's gonna validate those first two wins for sure. But with that being said, man, I'm about to head up out of here. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I already know I'm about to get 50,000 dislikes like I did on my first video talking about the fight. So I'm out of here. Peace.